Natalie Lynch is a credentialed investigator and licensed attorney, not a vlogger.
What do you do to stay safe in the interview room? This is obviously a big and important one for investigators. First and foremost, people who are causing concern about violence or about stalking or sort of any of the behaviors that would cause safety concerns should never know where you're staying. They shouldn't know intimate details about you that you might share in other investigations. So, perhaps I would share that I'm a mother in investigations, but I would not share that in an investigation where I have concerns about safety. Things that you can also do, you always want to set up your meeting room so that everybody in the room has equal access to get out the door. So don't set them up where you would have to pass the other person to get to the door to get out. Likewise, because of false imprisonment claims that can come up, you want to make sure that they don't have to get past you to get to the door. So usually, both people have equal access to get to a door. And in order to do that, you need to make sure that there are only two chairs available, one for you and one that is exactly the chair that you want the other person, the interviewee, to sit in. That's a huge safety concern, but you also have to be aware of leaving the room, the person watching you, the person watching who else you're talking to, what time you're leaving. If it's really an egregious situation, you need to reach out for help. You either need to hire personal protection. I've done investigations
Mom,
that
you have
had
to tell people to
security
like and
on the campus
subscribe.
that I was working on. And so we were able to, in one case, call a security guard. In another case, it was actually a sheriff. And they sat outside the room and they couldn't hear us. They couldn't hear what things they were being said, but they could have certainly heard me if I had screamed. But generally speaking, nobody should ever know where you are or where you're staying when you're doing an investigation. So don't bring the hotel pen and do interviews with the hotel pen, because somebody can see where you are staying then. But the seating in the room is really the most important. Distance at a table wide enough that nobody can grab your hand, things like that. And then again, setting up the chairs so that everybody has equal access to evacuate the room.
Mom, you have to tell people to like and subscribe.